Hi everyone, Garry the Catholic rugby fan. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you my number 6, the Blindside flanker, the bigger and more physical of the two flank forwards. Reprobus, the ferryman. Various legends surround this particular saint. He was tall, strong, and physically built like Hercules, a giant of a man. According to legend, Reprobus, he searched for a man called Jesus for many years, and one day he met a hermit who lived near a river, and this hermit taught him all about Jesus, catechized him, and baptized him, and changed his name to Christopher. He told Christopher he can serve the Lord by helping the weak and the poor across the river, which he did for many years. And one day, a small child asked to be carried across the river. While they were crossing the river, Christopher, he felt the child's weight getting heavier and heavier. He thought at one point he won't make it across the river, but eventually he felt his strength coming back. And when he reached the other side of the river, he turned to the little child and he said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Jesus, the one you've been looking for, the one who carries the weight of the world on his shoulders." That is Saint Christopher, my number 6. And I just want to stress that the Catholic Church did not decanonize Saint Christopher as a saint. Confusion arose when Pope Paul VI revised the liturgical calendar, which included feast days of saints. And with the increase of saints' feast days over the years, the Church decided that they will remove certain saints whose historical base was grounded more in tradition rather than provable facts. But he is still a saint. He's actually the patron saint of motorists. But the church allows any country or even diocese to celebrate St. Christopher's feast day, which is on the 25th of July, but priority is given to St. James the Great. So that is St. Christopher, who is still a saint. And the childhood hero he reminds me of is the great All Black legend, Colin Meads. Colin Meads, he played in 55 test matches over 14 seasons between 1957 and 1971. And he shared the second row with his brother Stan for many years, for club games, provincial and test matches. And a local pastor once asked the question, if Jesus Christ came to New Zealand and he was the number 1 lock forward in the world, who would you drop, Colin or Stan? The response, we'll play Jesus at lock and we'll move Colin to the flank. And I guess that is why Colin Meads started his test career off as a flank forward. But you know that Jesus, when he preached, he used an old Hebrew method called hyperbole, where he would say, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And this reminded me of the great rugby commentator Bill McLaren when he described Colin Meads. He said, I look at Colin Meads and I see a great sheep farmer who carried the ball in his hand as though it was an orange pip. So guys, that's my number 6, St. Christopher. And as St. Augustine would say, Christian, receive your mystery. You become what you receive, the Eucharist. Well guys, until next time, blessings from the Catholic rugby fan.